Hey everybody, welcome back to Airsoftology Mondays, the show that answers your questions, helps you out in a pinch. It's also pretty hot at this moment. I'm your host, Jonathan Higgs. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, when you do filming, you kind of have to turn off most of the stuff that makes noise, and it's about 99 degrees outside. I'm in the mobile studio, aka the RV or motorhome, and I have to turn the air conditioner off. So it is scorching in here, but I do this for you because I love you guys. So welcome to the show, welcome back, and again, thank you so much for all of the kind wishes on show number 100 last week. It was so great, so much fun. I can't believe we hit that milestone together. So fantastic. And I did listen to all of your suggestions. Back in show 99, I asked, hey, what do you want to see maybe brought back, change different about Monday? So I'm going to start mixing in some of those suggestions again for you guys. See, I do listen. You guys just don't think I do, but I really do. But before that, a little shameless self-promotion. Look, they're back. I remember I told you guys these were in stock and then they sold out. No lie, you guys bought all these out in like 48 hours. So I got a restock of them, of the Call Your Hits patches, and the yellows are still in stock on the store. So if you guys want to check them out, support Airsoftology and get a cool patch at the same time, definitely check that out. I'll have a link pop up in the corner over here or down in the description. They're $8 shipped anywhere worldwide. That's right. Also, bringing it back, right? I did say I listened. Mini review time. So this, of course, is the pistol. You guys know this is the CZP-09, probably one of my favorite sidearms. It's in like the top 3 favorite sidearms for me right now. Fantastic CO2 pistol. But it's not just that. This little guy in the end, you're going, oh, Jonathan, why are you putting a muzzle brake on? I just wanted to do it on pistol because the rifle is just too big for here to show you guys. This is a new muzzle brake from Action Sport Games, same people that make the P09, but it's not just the muzzle brake, it's this suppressor. Now you're going, okay, well, it's just a cool little suppressor, right? What is it? It's the price on this thing. You get this aluminum, solid, big block aluminum muzzle brake. So you guys, I want to put in the pistol so you get perspective. 14 millimeter counterclockwise threads, so you can actually just take it right off because the P09 has the old threaded barrel on it. And this thing's actually just a huge chunk of metal. Big threads too, it takes a while to unscrew it. So there's your flash hider right here that you get. And this is a quick detach. So it's got a little lever, the lever flips open, you can see it probably right there. Boom, locks in, and if I get this twisted the right way, we can lock it on. It's a whole lot easier when I did it on the pistol. So anyway, this is cool. The body is polymer. So this is all a plastic suppressor. It does have a metal tube on the inside. The bore on the inside, I don't know if you guys can see, is huge. It is it goes all the way down that big. So some suppressors, I don't know if you guys ever had the problem with them, where the BB will go down, it'll deviate a little bit and hit the edge, the lip of this suppressor, it comes out and your BBs will fly all over the place. You're not gonna have the problem with this. I mean, this thing is like big enough to put on like a paintball gun. The best price though, is the price, or the best part is the price. I already got excited into the wrong thing. Under 30 bucks for this whole setup. You can get the flash hider and you get this all for under 30 bucks. And I've even seen it some places even way cheaper than that. They are just trickling out. I want to give you guys the exact name of it before I screw things up. So I have it up on the screen. A few shops are carrying these, so by the time you watch this, it may be tough to track down, but search for barrel extension tube M4/M15 TAC, TAC is what the official name from ASG is called. And like I said, they're starting to trickle in the US. I've seen them over the UK, Europe, those areas, but the US just picked these up and I wanted to share something kind of cool with you guys. I get some stuff in every now and then, and you can't really get them into a huge review, but a mini review is fun. And thank you for reminding me to bring back the mini reviews. So now the mini reviews out of the way, let's jump on into the next section, and that's the part you guys are always waiting for in the Palco Mail Call. Darfish writes, question, Dear John, can your pistol magazine explode if the gas expands too much in a hot day? So looking at pistol mags, you have a CO2 mag like this one here, or green gas. CO2 obviously is not flammable whatsoever. Green gas, which is propane or isobutane based, is flammable. So can they explode? No, not in the traditional fireball, blow your hand up sense. They can get so hot, I have seen where they have issues where the pressure builds up into them, and the way these things work, not to get too much into how airsoft pistols work, there's a little valve here in the back, I don't know if you guys can see it right there up the top, it might be a little blurry, is the striker hits that valve and it lets a little bit of air, or in this CO2 in this case, or green gas, out of this top little valve, and that's how your gun works. Pull the trigger, hammer hits this little spot, gas goes up, boom, BB goes in the barrel, gun cycles, and all that good stuff. So there are valves in here and there are safeguards in, so when the pressure gets too high, they will start to leak a little bit. So you'll have leaking issues maybe at the top, the rubber O-rings inside will start to give out due to that higher pressure. That's why you can't really run full pressure CO2 in a green gas mag. 'Cause this is close to like 800 psi, and green gas is around 120, 115 psi. So you're talking like 5, 6, 7 times, 6 or 7. My math isn't the best. Pressure between CO2 and green gas. So that's why you really can't just put natively CO2 in a green gas mag or green gas shells, for the example. So will they explode? No, they will not burst in a fireball. Well, they can leak out. Or more commonly, you'll have it where the pressure is built up so much when the striker hits this, like this, it won't let the air out. It won't actually hit it hard enough to let the air out, because even though it springs that regular strength, the pressure's built up so much in here, the valve won't give, or it just gives a little bit and lets a little bit. And that's where your pistol will short cycle. So instead of it going boom, firing back, and then slamming forward, it might bloop and kind of go halfway and go forward. So those are some common things. So don't worry about it blowing up unless you kit it near a flame with green gas, then you can't have problems. I've witnessed that personally with somebody doing something very stupid. Do not do that. They lost all the hair on their arm and they were very fortunate. That was just it. But on a hot day, you're good to go. Elf Airsoft writes, if everyone loves Systema guns, then what happened to them? So two things happened to Systema. One, the Polar Star or HPA movement happened in one corner, and the other corner is, I would say, the drive of technology, and it's almost Systema's fault in a way, in non-Systema AEG guns. So if you guys don't know Systema, so some of the newer viewers, it is a very, very high-end gun. There's a U.S. manufacturer of it. Z-Shot brings in the U.S. version of the Systema. It's U.S. made. They're incredibly expensive rifles. You can buy them overseas, or some companies will bring them in for build-it-yourself kits for around $1,500. Complete guns for around $2,000, $2,500, and the U.S. version can be up to $3,000 or even higher dollars for a system. The system is closed, meaning it has its own motors, its own gears, its own cylinder system. Everything is proprietary to the Systema PTW. You probably heard it called a PTW. There have been some clones out there, Celsius and some other ones, CTWs, DTWs, of doing that. I think the closest AG is the Katana system, which kind of takes a couple things from it, but still mates it with AGs. So that's the history of it. The reason you're not seeing Systema, the system has kind of come and gone, except for rare little pockets all around the US. I mean, very rare, is one, Polar Stars, or HPA systems. I keep calling it Polar Stars, like Kleenex, right? They're such a tunable platform. If you wanted to have a gun that was adjustable feet per second, very simply, because the Systema PTW, you could pull out the cylinder, just pop it right open, pull this whole cylinder out there, color-coded, and put the new one in. Now with HPA, you can turn it up, turn it down, super simple. Quick change spring systems in AEGs have really have come about in the past 3 or 4 years in Airsoft, and they're prolific everywhere in the world right now. I mean, every Airsoft manufacturer puts a quick change spring in their system into their AGs if they can. Crytax, HG guns, Elite Force guns, everybody has that. So if you look at all those things, the cool factors, they're out there. So you can buy a premium, let's say top of the line, AG for $400, $450, or a Systema PTW. Here's a perfect example. This last weekend I ran my Evo, Scorpion Evo, and it is Systema-like. It cuts off when the last shot's fired. It has an electronic control system. It does burst fire, semi-auto fire. It has a quick change spring system. I mean, everything's electronic, fully programmable. It is an unbelievable piece of equipment, and it retails at $449, which is still expensive. It does pretty much everything a Systema PTW does at the $2,000 to $3,000 price point. So I think, bottom line, that is why you've seen Systema and the PTWs kind of fade away into the background and become just this little unique collector's gun. So that's just my 2 cents, but if you guys play in an area that has a lot of Systema PTWs and there's like a resurgence, I'd like to hear about it, so let me know in the comment section below. Cartoon Monkey writes, do you ever consider the pain of your targets when you adjust your gun's FPS? For the sake of not sounding heartless, no, I don't. Not when I adjust the FPS. I do take into account my targets when I am shooting at them. I try to shoot center mass. If I get the drop on them, try to get, if they're looking the other way, in the back, if they're close, and you have the opportunity, bang kill, knife kill works good too. I don't do bang kills that often though. I really like to take that shot. I've been shot too much in return for a bang kill if the field doesn't require it. So let me put that in there. But that's a question for another day. So when I'm adjusting my feet per second on my gun, I do take into account what the field limits are. I definitely want to take advantage of what that field has to offer, and higher FPS does translate to more range. on an airsoft gun. That is one of probably the biggest factor. It is the biggest factor in getting more range out of your airsoft gun. There's a lot of other factors that contribute, but that is the #1 factor. So if the field limit is 350 feet per second, I am absolutely going to get my gun close to 350 as possible. If the field limit is 400, I'm going to do 400. If I'm running a DMR and it's 450 or even 500 feet per second, I will do that. I will also abide by the minimum engagement distance, or MED, if you guys aren't familiar with that is, and that's how close you can pull the trigger to someone. Some fields have every gun 10 foot. So you can't shoot anybody within 10 feet. You have to bang kill them or parlay, meaning step away and redo it again. Kind of get a chance to live another day. Some of the DMRs or sniper rifles have up to 100 feet minimum engagement distance. So like, let's say you're shooting a 500 feet per second or 550 feet per second sniper rifle, you can't engage a target that is closer than 100 feet, which is pretty darn good distance. And that's for safety because of the power of the gun. Then you bring a sidearm like this one with you, so you can engage your target, or a submachine gun or an M4 or something else to use when they get close that will allow you, with the limits, to engage. However, I do find myself with CQB, speaking of sidearms here, switching to my sidearm. Typically they shoot softer or less hard. Most green gas pistols are around the 300, 330 feet per second range. Most CO2 pistols like this one, 350 to 375. So it's typically going to shoot less powerful, and I try to get a sidearm that kind of balances out the power lower than my AG. So I will transition. I think it's fun and it's challenging to get that pistol shot, nice little single shot with a pistol, and move on to your next target and clearing rooms. So when I do know I'm going to get up close, I will switch this. So taking into account the pain threshold is about shot placement and changing your tools, but not adjusting the feet per second. I definitely want to have that extra range whenever possible. Well guys, that's it for questions this week, which means it is time for the Code Red Headsets video recommendation of the week. And this one is a really, I guess, most of my stuff's kind of lighthearted and kind of fun to watch or action-packed. This one is a little heavier, if you want to put it that, but a fantastic video. It is from the All Warrior Network's name of the channel, and it's called The Ranger, and it follows Chris Bemis, and he actually is kind of a 30-minute long documentary. This is a very long format one. It's actually a little bit more than 30 minutes, talking about his life, his history, his time with the Rangers, the Jessica Lynch situation. He was a part of that, actually rescuing Jessica Lynch, and then his life after. It is very eye-opening. It gives you an eye into what military veterans live and do every day and what they have to live with PTSD. Like I said, this is a little bit heavier episode, but I think this is such a fantastic film. You definitely want to check it out. And again, I'm not promoting. I always pick these out myself. You can even purchase this movie on Amazon if you enjoyed it. And that's a great way to support the All Warrior Foundation and the work they did in creating something like this. So guys, if you want to check it out, it is absolutely worth the watch. Grab a half hour, sit down, and if you got YouTube on your TV, your phone, whatever, and give it a good watch. It's called The Ranger by the All Warrior Network. And of course, as always, I'll have a link in the description below, where you can click this link over here, the video here, and watch. Well guys, that's it for this week. Thank you as always for hanging out with me for these few minutes here on YouTube and asking some fantastic questions and communicating and collaborating with me, because again, this is a two-way show. This is all created by you guys. I mean, I just pick out a little bit, and you guys provide so much, and that's what I love about this. And thank you for getting us to 100 and beyond. We're at episode 101 right now. Of course, if you want to get your question on the show, which is the core of this, all you have to do is just put it in the comment section below and vote up your favorites. Remember, I do read every single question in that week after the show before I actually record the next episode, but unfortunately I can't answer them all. But that's where you guys are so great, because you do help each other out down there in the comment section. It's such a great community. There's no fighting or trolls or arguments, and I love that we've been able to create this, and you guys have been able to create this down there. So guys, until next week, go out, have some fun, play some Airsoft, but no matter what you do, call your freaking hits.